7 nurses, 1 physician assistant, a pharmacist, and a record staff at the St. Joseph Hospital in Koforidua have been quarantined and are closely being monitored by health personnel after they attended to a suspected COVID-19 patient at the hospital. Hospital authorities are expecting the test results from the Noguchi Memorial Institute to enable them take the next action. Maxwell Kudeko is our Eastern Region correspondent, and he joins me live via Skype. Maxwell, when did those quarantine come into contact with this patient?
Well, the suspect in question is a rotation nurse at the St. Joseph Hospital. We are told that she
we seem to be having challenges with the line there, but we'll reconnect with Maxwell Kudeko to bring us up to speed on the situation at the St. Joseph Hospital in Koforidua, where we understand that some health officials are themselves being quarantined after they came into contact with a suspected case. And from what Maxwell is telling us, this suspected case is actually a nurse who is on rotation, and that means that is a staff, a colleague of theirs, who is now being, who is suspected to have the disease, and of course they're expecting the results from the Noguchi Memorial Institute. Maxwell joins us on the line again. Maxwell, if you can hear me, you were telling us that this suspected case is a rotational nurse.
Yeah, exactly. We are told that she's a rotational nurse at the St. Joseph Hospital, but she received a parcel from China 2 weeks ago, according to our source. And then somewhere last weekend, she started feeling symptoms of the COVID-19. So she reported to the St. Joseph Hospital where she was, and then she was attended to. When they interrogated her, they realized that she falls within the case definition. So a blood sample was taken from her, and then it was sent to the Noguchi Memorial Institute for tests. Hospital authorities are still waiting for the results, and we are hoping that the results will be in today. But because of the exigency of the situation, the authorities have cordoned off the OPD where the lady was attended to, and then 7 nurses, 1 pharmacist, a record staff, and then the lady's fiancé has been quarantined at the OPD, awaiting the results, and then the authority will take the next line of action. As we speak now, nobody have access to the OPD where the staff who attended to the lady have been quarantined. But we are told from our inside source that the suspect is doing very well. They've attended to her, and then they are very sure and convinced that the test the results will be negative. The other health officials who were also quarantined since last Sunday are also doing very well. This morning, when I visited the hospital, I saw a couple of them walking around the OPD, even though they are not supposed to move outside the OPD. They were freely talking to each other, and then also smiling to each other. So, basically, this is the situation at the St. Joseph Hospital. Hospital director, Dr. Kupualo, told me in the conversation that they are still waiting to receive the report from Noguchi Memorial Institute, and then also take the next step. But not too long ago, the Eastern Regional Minister and the Emergency Public Health Response Team in the Eastern Region issued a release on the update, up to the minute report on the situation in the Eastern Region. And according to the report that they released, the Eastern Region have recorded a total of 28 clinical suspected cases of COVID-19. Out of the 28 suspected cases, they've sent samples to Noguchi for tests. And then the 27 out of the 28 results are in. All the 27 results prove negative. And the one is pending. The pending case, or the pending suspected case, is the one at the St. Joseph Hospital, which they are hoping to receive by close of day. In fact, they were expecting the result last time, but it is not ready. So authorities are still patiently waiting for the result. There is something they call regional contact tracing. So the regional contact tracing are people who travel outside the country and reported in the last 2 weeks, but have contact with people in Ghana. So 4 of such people are reportedly in the eastern region. They have been able to trace 4 of them, and then they've taken samples of 3 out of the 4, and the samples have also proven negative. Now they have something they call returnees record. You realize that after the president's directive, or as it were, broadcast to the nation on Friday, a lot of people traveled from Accra. There was something we called panic movement from Accra to Kufuor, from Kumasi to Kufuor, and its environs. So the authorities in the region, the emergency health committee, have been able to trace, together with the security agencies, about 33 returnees in the region who trooped, or as it were, rushed to the region after the president's broadcast. So 33 of them have been identified. They've taken sample of 2 of such people who entered into the region after the president's broadcast.
Maxwell, let's wrap up on this quickly. I know that, let's go back to the issue of the health workers. The issue of PPEs has been an issue for some of the hospitals outside Accra. With this case at the St. Joseph Hospital, can you tell us how protected the health officials there are?
Well, this morning, before 7 a.m., I was at the facility. Almost every worker I spotted had a nose mask. But the major concern I gathered from a few of the health workers I spoke with off record indicate that they don't actually have the PPE, like this full protective clothing. Most of them don't have it. So that has been a struggle. I'm told that they are still working to get in touch, or they are still working with the Ghana Health Service at the regional administration
to make sure that it is provided to them. And of course, Maxwell will be following up on this to make sure that the health workers actually have the PPEs that government has promised. You're watching Newsdesk with me, Ernest Menu. Still to come, aspects of President Akufo-Addo's latest address to the nation goes global as many fall in love with what has become the famous quote in the fight against coronavirus. We're taking a break. We'll be back with details. Stay with us.